Hi everyone, welcome to the another episode of Wisdom Bytes. I am Gururaj P, Assistant Professor in the Department of Commerce, PA First Grade College. Today I'll be discussing a simple topic. It is nothing but how to write a theory answers in an exam. So most of the people or the most of the students they struggle to write the theory answers, especially after plus 2 or clearing the PUC. Once they enter to the degree level, they are not understanding the pattern of writing the theory answers. So let us discuss today what are the important points as a students you should keep in mind when you are writing the theory answers. First of all, a theory paper should be well structured, or the theory answer should be well structured. For that, whenever you are writing the answers for a theory paper, you should keep in mind proper numbering should be there. Then, when you're writing the answers, you should keep in mind that always an answer should have a proper meaning, definition, then actual content of the question you should answer, then at the end you should give a proper conclusion. So these are the minimum things which are expected in a theory paper. So as I said, meaning, definition, content, and at the end conclusion should be given. So as a student, sometimes you will make these mistakes. You will not write these things like meaning and definition and conclusion. You will directly answers to the point. If it is a 5 marks question, that is fine. But when you are writing the answers for 10 marks and 15 marks, that is very vital. So for example, if you are writing the answer for the importance of HR, then you should write the meaning of HR, definition of HR, then you should go for the actual content, that is importance of HR. Those answers you should write, then you should give the conclusion at the end. Usually students avoid this meaning and definition and conclusion. They will give the answer only for the importance. So these are the minimum structure what is expected. Apart from that, when you are presenting your answers, you should keep in mind a theory paper should be always present in a systematic manner with a good presentation. So when you are writing the answers, you should underline the subheading. You should write meaning side heading, definition side heading. Under that, you have to write the respective answers. Then, for example, importance of HR. Then under that, you will be having subheading. So when you are writing the subheading, proper numbering of subheading is very vital. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the numbering has to be given. But when you are giving the number, you should be very clear. You will be in the confusion sometimes. You will put these numbers outside the margin. That you should not do. Outside the margin, only the question number should be there, and inside the margin, your answer subheading number should be there. Try to avoid star mark or hash mark for the subheadings. In case if you are having main heading and subheading, you give the main heading a capital letter A, B like that. Under that A, you can give 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is how you can systematically present your answers. Then, as a human being, you will definitely make the mistakes. When you are writing the answer, some mistakes will take place. So when you are doing some mistakes, please strike off those words or sentence in single or multiple lines. That is enough. Instead of that, if you are scribbling the whole word or the sentence, it looks very odd. So as a students, you should try to avoid such things. So at the end of the day or your paper, whatever you are presenting, it looks very systematic. Then the most important thing is when you are answering the questions, first you answer the best question or whatever the answer which you know very well. Then go for the next one. So best impression is very much important. First impression is the best impression. So try to answer to the best question. So for that you need to go through the entire question paper, Then you decide which question you have to write first. So these are the basic things which you should follow as a students. So then definitely you will be having more chance to get the good marks. So what I said, the basic things are very important for a theory answers or which is expected by the faculties. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching.